So I'm out taking a stroll. I got my fishing rod with me. Now, if you don't know me that well, I am and always have been just in love with reptiles. Ever since I was a little kid, I've just loved reptiles, especially snakes. I grew up in upstate New York, and it's kind of cold there. There just weren't whole tons of them. Jeez, I'm getting swarmed by bees. There weren't a whole ton of different kinds of snakes up there. So, when I moved to Houston, I was just in heaven. I mean, I spent the first couple years I was here just exploring all over the place, looking for snakes and lizards and stuff like that. And while I was out doing that, I found a lot of spots that I think would be good for fishing, and a lot of them are hidden. So I'm out at one of those today. I've come back several years after I was here last looking for snakes. And what this is, it's a rice paddy, an abandoned rice paddy. So it's basically a shallow pond. They used to farm rice out here west of Houston, out on the Katy Prairie. And I don't know how deep these things are. I have no idea if there's any fish in here, but I've always wondered. So I got my light rod with me today, my ugly stick. I dug a couple worms up from the compost pile. I got a couple of little artificial lures. So I'm just going to, try casting in this rice paddy out here and see if I can catch any fish. And of course, poke around for snakes while I'm at it. Okay, so here is the rice paddy. Actually looks pretty good. I mean, maybe there's bass in there, bluegills. I'm not sure. But it hasn't been used for rice in a long time. Now this is just a cattle field, and you can see there's some homes over there. Those are new. Last time I was here, there were no houses around. But check this out. We got a nice board here. And whenever I come across a board or something, I gotta flip the thing over. Oh, look at that. Is that two snakes? Those are yellow-bellied water snakes. It's not a surprise since we're so close to the pond there. Yellow-bellied water snakes. Those are nice. I'm getting attacked by fire ants. Oh, shit. Should have known that. So we just got a float and a little piece of worm on here. Let's see what. Alright, so I have no idea what, if anything, is living in this pond. You can see my float straight out there. Nothing yet. You'd think if this was full of bluegills, they'd have been all over that by now. I'm also looking to see if I can see any fish breaking the surface, Alright, let's try to recast. Well, I've only been trying for a few minutes with a worm on a bobber, but no luck so far. But I like the look of this spot, so I'm not going to give up. I'm gonna try some worms with just a little split shot off the bottom, and then I'm going to start tying on some little artificial lures and see what I can do with that. It's just gonna be tough, you know, trying to reel that back over all this vegetation. Well, I haven't been having any luck with the worms, so I just tied my favorite little artificial lure on. Not sure what this thing is called, maybe a Roadrunner. But I've caught so many fish on this thing, so if there's a little bass in there, I feel like I'll be able to get him with this, so let's give it a shot. I was hitting bottom instantly. It's like 3 inches deep out there. I was kind of afraid of that. So I'm gonna move around. So yeah, I mean, these rice paddies are, you know, not meant to be deep. They're actually meant to be really shallow. So it may be that, you know, these things dry out when it gets hot and dry in the summer, and there's just no fish in here. So that's a very real possibility. I'm just gonna move down a tiny little bit. Try to look for an opening where I can cast from. And doesn't that look good? You'd think there'd be something in there. Bass, bluegills, spotted gar, something. No bites. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Or maybe it only looks good now because we had 2 straight weeks of rain. It's just really tough to cast, and I don't want to get my lure snagged and lose it if there's not even a chance of a fish in here that would take it. But you never know until you try, right? Man, how can there not be a bass or a bluegill or something out there? There has to be. Snagging a lot of vegetation with this lure each time. Nothing, man, nothing. cool. Those look like two different types of birds. Alrighty, well, I'm about at the end of the line here. I stopped at this lake. It's a public park. There's some baseball diamonds over there. There's a big game going on, a ton of people. And there's this lake here. You know, like I said, it's a public park. They probably stock it. I see people fishing here all the time. I've never fished here before, but I just walked from way over there, just along the shoreline, casting, nothing. But I came up on this culvert here. And this looks good. It's at the far end of the lake. I doubt many people come here. And the water level's up because of all the rain we had. So I feel like this is my last best hope to possibly get a fish and not get skunked today. Alrighty. So I left that rice paddy spot. Wasn't getting any bites there. And I went over to one of my snake spots and everything was just like underwater, a total mess. So that was a bust. And then, oh shit. Oh. I was just about to say, I stopped at this public park here just as a last resort on my way home. I've been casting and hiking all along this shoreline, not a single bite. I came up to this little spot, there's a culvert here, and I decided to put a worm on. That was my first cast just there. I just threw my line in the water and had started talking to the camera there. And I think this is a real nice crappie. Look at that. That's amazing. All right, I was like really, you know, I had just accepted the fact that I was gonna get skunked today. But this is beautiful. Like, this is one of the first crappies I've ever caught on a rod and reel. I get them in my cast net sometimes. And just what a beauty. Look at that. Oh, what a nice fish. I'm gonna have to get a quick picture and then I'll throw it back. That's awesome. This was one of the first crappies I've ever caught, and it's such a nice one. There you go, buddy. Alright. So I'm going about as simple as you could possibly go here. Got a little split shot, J-hook, a little piece of worm. That's it. Of course. It wouldn't be a proper day out fishing without a channel catfish. See, this is what I was expecting to get when I started throwing worms in here. That crappie totally caught me off guard. I'm really excited about it. I just never catch them, so I wasn't thinking about it, you know? But yeah, here we go. This little channel catfish. Not surprised at all to get this guy. Unfortunately, he just made a big old commotion in the water, so. Stuck here, bud. All right, guys, well, my phone is almost dead, and so am I. So I'm gonna call it a day here. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys soon.